Welcome to Clarence Sports Talkative Jones, presented by Player Progression Goals, playprogressgo.com. Mental Health Awareness Month, alert, 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 Mental Health Awareness Month. Please remember to always treat yourself, always respect yourself, always love yourself. God bless. Thanks for listening. Thanks for downloading. Thanks for tuning in. Whether you're on the YouTube channel checking me out or whether you're on the audio version checking out, I appreciate your support. Okay. Um, what a week for me. Um, I've been trying to avoid this topic for about almost 2 years now, because I just kind of want to just enjoy the sport, enjoy my team, the Indiana Fever, enjoy the WNBA, the league itself. But was it Sunday when Chicago Sky and my Indiana Fever play? I think it was Sunday. I just had enough of it. Like far as the just ongoing, the ongoing. Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark. Okay, Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark. Um, this has gone too far. Okay, this has gone too far, and I don't even blame them too. Okay, let's get into it. Let's talk about how it started. Okay, from my understanding, like I said, you may have a different understanding, or you may have a different information, but from my understanding, this started back in college. Was it the national championship game? Between Iowa and LSU, and LSU won, and Angel Reese was pointing at um, Caitlin Clark, showing her the ring, like the ring finger. She was showing her that she's getting a ring. Um, she was doing a little "you can't see me" taunt, and from my understanding, that's how it started. And I remember Angel Reese was asked about it, and she was saying that she done that because she remember Caitlin Clark doing it to, I guess, my South Carolina Gamecocks, some players on my South Carolina Gamecocks. So she said something about she remember Caitlin Clark doing it to a team, or player, and she just wanted to get back at them. But regardless, like I said, from my understanding, this is how it started. Okay. But like I said, I don't blame Reese. I don't blame Caitlin Clark for this. Because at the end of the day, it was a basketball game. And we've all talked trash in basketball, whether we playing NBA 2K, we outside playing with our friends, we at school, we playing for a league, high school, AAU, college. What I mean? If we're lucky to play pro, overseas, it don't matter. You've talked trash before. You've taunted players before. You taunted an opponent before. You've taunted a team before. So let's not act like what Angel Reese did was just, oh man, she crossed the line. She shouldn't have done that. We all have done that. From our childhood days to our days growing up playing the sport. It don't matter. Hell, even if it's basketball, soccer, football, baseball, it don't matter. Whatever sport you played, you taunted before. You talked trash before. You took it to a level that it probably shouldn't have went, but you was like, oh hell, I'm gonna still talk my you know what. So that's why I say I don't blame Reese for this. Um, I don't blame Clark for this. For doing it to whoever she done it to. I don't know, was it towards my South Carolina Gamecocks or was it towards a player? But I don't blame Caitlin Clark for doing her pose. You can't see me. We know wrestling, John Cena, Tony Yayo, the rapper. Those were two of the first people I've seen doing that. Like, you can't see me with the hand, going back and forth, almost like almost like a mirror. You moving it side to side. So Tony Yayo was probably the first person I've seen doing it, and then John Cena was the second. But Caitlin Clark picked it up and she was doing it. Injury said she done it because Clark done it to a team or player. So, but for it to lead to this is just crazy. Like I said, I don't blame Reese. I don't blame Clark. I blame some of us media for this. Okay, I blame some of us media for this. I blame the WNBA for this. I blame the WNBA schedule makers for this because the more you keep booking Angel Reese versus Caitlin Clark, Chicago Sky versus my Indiana Fever as the home opener, or whenever they play, you making it like it's a must watch. And I get it, it's a W. We love the W, but your version, your thought mentally in your mind as must watch is, oh, something is going to happen. What is Angel Reese going to do this time? Is Caitlin Clark going to have enough of her and just finally hit her or push her? Is Angel Reese going to lose her cool and do something crazy? So it's a must watch. We got Angel Reese versus Caitlin Clark. It's not even really the Sky versus Fever. It's mostly Reese versus Clark. And a lot of us media, a lot of us NBA fans, we just looking at the game just to see if something gonna happen. We not really worried. Like I said, you saying we, I'm saying we. Okay, but I am different. But most of us, what I'm saying, that's not, we just want to see something happen. We're not thinking, oh, it's gonna be a good game. Sky, you thinking, okay, how's Sky, you ain't thinking that. You thinking what is Reese gonna do if Caitlin Clark come by her, and maybe hit on a pick and screen, or I'm sorry, a pick and roll, or if Clark mess around and bump into Reese, or Reese mess around and bump into Clark, or most of us, not all of us, but most of us is waiting on that moment. And that's why I say I blame the WNBA and because it's how you put out the narrative. You know what I mean? When you booking these games earlier like that, and Reese versus Clark, it's all in the headlines, everybody's platforms. You're basically going back to what happened in college in the national championship game, and I just feel like you dragging it on. Yes, I get it. It's a league. You want the league to be known and talked about and popular, and but to use Reese and Clark always when they face each other in almost a form of drama or negative, or it's going to be a fight. I feel like that's how the WNBA promoted. The WNBA broadcasters, everyone that speaks on WNBA, that writes on, a lot of people are looking, like I said, not all, but a lot of people are looking forward to something happening. It's not, like I say, it's not about Sky versus Fever. It's about Clark and Reese. What is going to happen when Clark do this or Reese do that? Or is there going to be any taunting or any, the cameras stay on Clark and Reese. The cameras stay on Clark and Reese more than they stay on any other Sky or Fever players. I saw that this past weekend. They're not worried about Sky versus Fever. It's about, eye contact, body language. How did Clark look at Reese? How did Reese look at Clark? And I say, it's y'all fault. It's some of us media fault, the W fault. These fans' fault that just not even caring about Sky versus Fever. You wanting to see something happen. You praying something happen. Something don't happen. You're just like, you're pissed, you're bored, and it's messed up. You know what I mean? Because regardless of what happened in college, all right, regardless of what happened in college and what has happened in the W, you got to realize Clark and Reese never asked for this. Clark and Reese never asked for this, regardless of whose side you on, or it's Clark for Clarence, or it's Reese for Clarence. You remember when she did that in college, or Clark be acting like this, like she all that, and Reese is just she's just a woman that's trying to, maintain the league and do her thing. She's a black woman, all that. Like, they didn't ask for this. That's what you feel to realize. Like, whoever you want to support, that's on you. I support both women. I want them both to be great in the W, and ignore the outside noise. I don't have no side here. Yes, I'm a Fever fan, but I was a Fever fan before Clark came to my Indiana Fever. Okay? I was there when Tamika Catchings was there. That's when I became an Indiana Fever fan, when Tamika Catchings, my GOAT, my WNBA GOAT, greatest of all time, Tamika Catchings. So I'm not wearing this hat and wearing this Fever shirt because of Caitlin Clark. It's because of Tamika Catchings. So let's get that understood. Let's get that right. So I'm not taking no side in this. I want both ladies to do their thing and compete to their best ability day in and, day out. Every game, playoffs, championships. I want them to go for it all. But a lot of us, not all, but a lot of us are taking sides. Hey, who you got? I got, man, if there was ever a fight, man, Reese would do this to Clark. Or, man, in a game, man, Clark game way better than Reese. All Reese do is just get rebounds and, score inside corners. The game is boring. Look, I'm not even getting all that. Like I said, I'm not taking sides here. What you're feeling to realize is they never asked for this. They never asked for it. Regardless of what they did leading up from college to the W, they didn't ask for this. I was thinking last night, like, what if this would have started in like the AU days, or what if they so happened to be high school rivals? Can you imagine how that story would have went? Oh, knowing, and like I said, these narratives. Oh, it would have been so many narratives. And speaking of narratives, these narratives, these storylines, these fake storylines, these fake narratives. I'm tired of it. You know what I'm saying? I am tired of it because it's not a rival yet. Okay, it's not a rival yet. It has the potential to be, like I said on Twitter X this past weekend. I said Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese is not a rival yet. They kept presenting it on the TV on this past Sunday. The broadcasters, Rebecca Lobo. I can't forget the other guy's name that does it, but it's Rebecca Lobo, and there's a guy that be with her that they work games together, and they just kept presenting it like it's a rival from the sideline reporters. Holly Ho, I think it's Holly Ho or something like that. I'm sorry, Howie. I can't think of her name. I think it's Holly something. But from them, to Lisa Salters, I mean, and I enjoy them all. I enjoy Rebecca Lobo. I enjoy Holly Hall. I enjoy Lisa Salters. I enjoy the guy that broadcasts with Rebecca Lobo. I enjoy all of them. They do an amazing job covering it from the sidelines to the play-by-play color commentary. But the narrative, they keep making it like these women just hate each other and they got to fight. Oh, you remember what happened in college, and I just want to enjoy the WNBA. I just want to enjoy basketball. I just want to enjoy the women's basketball and every game, just to see what happens all around the league. But it's hard to when you keep getting these reminders, these fake narratives. It's not a rival yet. I get what happened in college, but can you imagine if this would have started in their high school days at AAU and they would have been dragging this story out longer? Oh, it would have been crazy, But like I said, they didn't ask for this. This was forced on Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark. Regardless of what you want to say or how you want to say it, what you think, this was forced on Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark. They didn't came in the W ask for this. They didn't, started their college career asking for this. Regardless, like I said, well, Angel Reese should have did that. But like I said, we all talk trash before. We still talk trash when we go out and play ball, whether we in the hood, with the local YMCA. It don't matter where we at, where we playing sports at. We on a Madden, we playing NBA 2K. It don't matter. We talk trash. We talk. We do it all the time. So let's not hold Angel Reese. Oh, hostage. She shouldn't have done that. Come on. And like I said, unfortunately, it has led to both players, believe it or not, overshadowing the W. Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark has overshadowed the W. They didn't ask for this. They didn't did that. You did that. You part of the media. You one of those people on those platforms that's stirring it up. You one of those fans that was going to Sky versus Fever games or Fever versus Sky, and you're representing, whether you represent Clark or you represent Reese. You got the jersey on. You doing it all, doing too much on social media. You started this. It's all y'all fault. Anyone that played a role in trying to take sides or, that's a black woman, I'm gonna represent for the black woman, or she a white woman, so I'm gonna represent for the white woman, or Clark, this or Reese that, no, because once you start taking sides, that's when things slowly start coming in. We hearing racist now. We hearing she hate Clark and she's evil and she don't like Reese. Clark don't like Reese. Reese don't like Clark. And you saw she look at her when she did the ball foul this past Sunday. I mean, once you start thinking those things in your head and start coming on your social media platforms, and you lost yourself. You lost the game. You're not even thinking about the game. You're just looking forward to something happening, or you just trying to, just represent on what side you taking. And that's not what we should be doing when we watching the W and trying to support the W. Because like I say, when we do that, believe it or not, that calls that stuff that you're doing and writing and the stuff that you're saying in this crowd or whatever you're doing to stir the pot, for Angel Reese versus Clark or Clark versus Angel Reese. Whatever you're doing is stirred. It's your fault why Clark and Reese has overshadowed the W. Most people don't even know the W team's records. Most people don't even know Sky and Fever records. They just know, hey, when Sky versus Fever, when Fever versus Sky, we're going to watch this. We're going to go on social media. We're going to go live. We're going to look for everything, the eyeball contact, the foul, however, the body language. That's not why I watch Sky and Fever. And that's not why real WNBA basketball fans watch the W. We don't watch the W to see what's going to happen between Reese and Clark. You do that. It's you the problem. You're the problem. You're the pot stirrer. It's your fault why this has led to Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark overshadowing the W. And I blame you if you played a role in it. Okay. And like I said, we got to stop calling this a rival. One day I will hope it could be a rival. Maybe in every Eastern Conference Finals is Fever and Sky back to back, and Reese is holding down the Sky. Caitlin Clark is holding down my Fever, and they just so happen to always be going to game fives. And this year Fever went to the finals. This year Sky went to the finals. This year Fever went back. Next year Sky went back. Then next year Fever goes, and then Sky goes. That's when you can say it's a rival, because both players are leading their teams to Eastern Conference Final appearances. They winning it. Both players are taking their teams to the finals. That's when you can say it's a rival, like Bird and Magic and many other great rivals across sports. But right now, can we just let both ladies play basketball? Let them enjoy the W. Let them live out their dreams. Let them get a feel of the game. You know what I'm saying? Can we just do that? Why we want to make it all the time like it's a boxing match or an MMA, UFC match and buy your tickets, Reese versus Clark? That's not what this is about. But like I said, it's your fault. You're the problem. Now, I've been doing some thinking. Low key, I honestly think this is what a lot of people want. A lot of people want it to be Clark versus Reese. You want them to, whatever you got thinking in your mind, oh, Clark hate Reese or Reese hate Clark, whatever you're thinking similar to that, you want that to continue going on. So you can keep talking about it on your platforms and, if major platforms, you want to keep talking on it, local platforms, on social media, you want to weigh in. You want that to keep going on. This is what you want. All right. The gossiping, the lies, the clickbaits, the false narratives. All right. The thought, just always hoping and praying something dramatic happen. When they're playing each other, whether it's a regular season or whether it's the playoffs, that's what you want to continue happening. So you can get those clickbaits, those false narratives in your mind. You want to keep creating it. Okay? You praying something happen. The gossiping, you started something, whether you went to the game. Oh, I heard somebody said the racist word to Clark. I heard somebody said something racist to Reese. I didn't like that. I didn't appreciate that. So it's on. I didn't appreciate that mess. It's on when I see that person on social media. If I see them at a game, I'm swinging on somebody. That's what you want to continue constantly happening. You want to have those false narratives and those clickbaits on YouTube or your Twitter X channels. You want that to keep going on because it's benefiting you, it's making you happy. And real recognize real, you really don't care nothing about Caitlin Clark or Angel Reese. You're just pretending that you're on Caitlin Clark's side. You're really not. You're pretending like you're on Angel Reese side. You're really not. You're not on nobody's side. You're just hoping it keeps stirring so you can be part of that. Dive in, weighing in your 2 cents. You want to see somebody in the streets or see somebody in the store, with a Clark jersey on, with a Reese jersey on. You want to slap them, you want to fight them, because you think they're racist or whatever it may be in your head. You want that to keep going on. I'm talking to everyone that's played a role in this, except for Reese and Clark, because they didn't ask for this. They never came out and say, far as I know, I never heard nothing where Clark came out and said, I don't like Reese. I hate Reese. I never heard nothing where Reese came out and said, I don't like Clark. I hate Clark. I never heard any of them say anything like that towards each other. It's competition. It's two players that's trying to make a name for themselves in the W, and people like you won't let them make a name for themselves. You want to make it about it's a fight. It's a boxing match. It's an MMA match. It's a body language match. It's a who foul first match. You're idiots. You're wasting time, plotting on this, trying to get your clickbaits up and trying to make a name for yourself. You want to be known. You want your 15 minutes of fame, and it's ridiculous. Ridiculous, And low key, like I say, you're just pretending like you want to see the opposite. So you hear like a lot of time people say, "Oh, I hope they can get along. I hope they things can be better, and I hope they can patch things up." And this is no place, for this. There's no place for this in our game. People say that, media say that, fans, everybody say that. But I'm convinced a lot of people that say that, they really hoping that this continues to go on because it's benefiting their pockets. They're getting a lot of likes and clickbaits, and everybody is, weighing in with them on it because you want this to continue to keep going on because it's a storyline of you, it's a script to you. But you ever think what it is to Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark? You're kind of messing with their mentals, their love for the game, and you're messing with their character. You're alternate the content of the character. You're just going about this wrong, and it's dirty. It's not cool. But like I said, you're just low key pretending. Oh, I hope they can pair up and become friends, and I hope things be better. It should be happening. There's, like I said, our game is so much more about Clark, and you got everyone in the league basically going at Clark now. All everybody backing up Angel Reese. Angel Reese didn't ask for your backup. She didn't ask for anybody to go against Clark. Regardless of what you think about Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark, they never came out and said anything like that towards each other. Regardless of what you think in your head, or you got a gut spirit, or you some type of psychic, or whatever you do, whatever you thinking, they didn't ask for this mess. You stirring the pot every year. The W, the schedule makers, the fans, the false narrative people, the clickbaiters, you all are just false, just stirring this stuff up because you want to see how high it can go. Oh, we got a black woman versus a white woman. Remember what happened in college? Oh, she did this. She did the ring thing. She was in her face. You're ruining the WNBA. You're ruining it. You're ruining it. Like I said, there's a lot of idiots in this world. They get joy out of this. Believe it or not, they get joy out of this. They get joy out of this. Clickbaits. Some of these people don't even watch the W. They don't even watch the W. They don't. They don't know 5 players on the Fever. They don't know 5 players on the Sky. All they know is Caitlin Clark played for the Fever, and Angel Reese plays for the Sky. Caitlin Clark plays for my Indiana Fever. Caitlin Clark is on my Indiana Fever. Angel Reese is on the Chicago Sky. That's all they know. They can't name you the coach's name, how they did last year, 5 other players other than Clark and Reese. They just want to see something happen because they're miserable idiots. You want to ruin the W like that? Wow. Because the W hasn't been, in some people's mind, the WNBA isn't popular and ain't nobody watching. So this is the way to get people to watch, to mess with Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark's mental and physical, their ability to try to affect the game and make a name for themselves, become all-stars and Hall of Famers and champions. This is the way to do it, right? You want to mess up their goals because you want people to watch the W. So you're going to stir and false narratives and put them against each other when they didn't ask to be against each other. Regardless of what you may think in your brain, they didn't ask to go against each other. You did that. Okay? This is ridiculous. You want to pick sides, create drama, lies. You want to, and I thought about it. I said, you know what Reese and Clark can do to end this? You know what they can do to end this? I ain't forcing it. They can, I think Angel Reese got a podcast. Caitlin Clark can go on Angel Reese podcast and they can just have a talk about whatever they want to talk about. It could be about what happened in college or what led up to that or what happened in the W so far. I would love to see that. You know why? Because it would make people like these idiots out here, not all, but some of these idiots, these pot stirrers, these clickbaiters, these liars, people that want to see them go against each other, it would make them people miserable. It hurt their souls to see Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese on the same platform talking about it, and they smiling, they're laughing, and they just talking basketball and talking basketball stories. And then at the end, they do a dap. They shake hands or they hug or, hey, I wish the Sky, the best of luck, moving forward the rest of the season. Or, hey, I wish the Fever the best of luck moving forward. Some of you people will hate that. It will bother you. You turn off your TV. Like Kendrick Lamar said, turn this TV off, turn this TV off. Turn this TV off. Like you'll literally turn your damn TV off if you were to see something like that. I'm praying something like that can happen. I don't want to force it. Whenever it may be. Could be next year, could be 3 years, could be when they retire. Whenever. I just want them to come, to that because a lot of people had just got their own narratives. But you put Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark on the same platform and they're talking about just them two. Ain't nobody in between. They just them two talking ball, talking stories about Iowa and LSU. the championship game. Hey, why I did this and why I did that to you. And they just talking about it. You know what I mean? Ain't no aggressive, no disrespect. I would love to see something like that just to make some of you people upset. Because all some of you people want to do is see. All some of you people want to do is see is just drama. You want to hear it. You want to create fake narratives. Oh, you see what Adrian Reese did to Clark? Look how she looked at her. Look what Clark did. She just walked by her and swing her hair, man. She racist, man. Man, Reese is racist. Clark racist. I'm praying something like that can happen. It'll be a great thing for the game of basketball, for women's basketball. Hell, if I had enough power to get them both on my podcast, I would do it just to shut some of you people up because you just want to see them go at each other so much. You don't care about the W. You don't care who got the #1 record in the West or the East or who gonna win it this year. You don't care about what the New York Liberty is doing. You don't care what the Atlanta Dream is doing. You don't care what the Las Vegas Aces is doing. You don't care what the Los Angeles Sparks is doing. You don't care about none of that. All you care about is Clark and Reese. What's gonna happen tonight, man? They gonna fight or what? Is she gonna look at that girl? Hey, is she gonna say something on social media? So you staying up all night just scrolling. You got nothing better to do. Just miserable idiots. But like I said, I would pray for something like this. But if it happened, we'll see. But I think it'd be great for the sport. It would be really great to see them just be cool with each other, talk sports, talk about the times at Iowa and LSU, the championship game, and their moments in the W so far. I think they was all-star teammates this past season. I would love to see them get on a platform together. Like I said, Andrew Reese got a podcast. I don't think Clark got a podcast. I think Andrew Reese got one. It'd be something dope to happen. I would love to see happen when it happened, if it happened. Like I said, I ain't rushing it. It don't have to happen now because I want it to be genuine. I don't want this come off as fake. Oh, they're only doing a podcast together because of what's happened. No, I want them both to be in their best mindset. They're cool. It ain't nothing fake coming off on camera. They just shooting the breeze. You know what I mean? Letting it be. I would love for something like that to happen between Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark. It will hurt people so. They'll turn the TV y'all. Turn the TV y'all. You know what I'm saying? Shouts out to Kendrick Lamar. All right. Have a safe, happy Memorial weekend. Have a safe, happy Memorial weekend. God bless everyone. God bless all family members that we've lost. Have a safe and happy Memorial weekend with your family. Everyone is in my thoughts. Keep everyone in your thoughts and prayers that have lost loved ones, that have lost veterans and loved ones all over the world. Let's keep them all in our thoughts and prayers as we begin to enjoy this weekend. Let's remember that it is Mental Health Awareness Month. Alert, alert, alert. Mental Health Awareness Month. Please remember to treat yourself, respect yourself, love yourself. And thanks for listening. Thanks for downloading. I always appreciate your support. And stay tuned. Have a great weekend. God bless.